Welcome to Process to Profitability, a podcast all about the tools and strategies you need to serve your clients and grow your small business, hosted by me, Samantha Mabe of Lemon in the Sea. Join me as I chat with creative entrepreneurs and small business owners about how they built and grew their businesses and how you can do the same in a way that fits you. Let's get started. You're listening to episode 140 of Process to Profitability. Today, I'm talking about communicating your value with a simple website. As your business grows and you're ready to raise your prices, launch a new service, or start a podcast, your website needs to reflect the value of what you do. You have the expertise, but you need a website that clearly communicates that to your dream clients. Today, I'm going to be doing a solo episode to share why I believe that a simple website is the best choice for many business owners. I'll also help you create a design that speaks to your value, learn about the 4 pages your website needs, and the key elements you can't forget in order to get your dream clients to take action. This is our last episode for season 3 of the podcast, and I am so excited to be talking about this with you today. I have recently launched my newest service, a website design in a day VIP intensive, where I work with clients to create a simple 4-page custom designed Squarespace website that allows them to feel confident in raising their prices to the level that they deserve. This VIP intensive day helps to take service-based business owners from a DIY website that doesn't reflect their brand or their expertise and really gives you a website that looks and feels professional and that you're confident to share with potential clients and in your networking. If you're interested in the VIP intensive, you can always DM me on Instagram or send me an email at samantha@lemoninthesea.com. I'm really excited about this new process that allows me to launch your website in just one day, including connecting the domain so that you're ready to go as soon as all the back-end stuff gets finished. The reason that I can do this is in one day is because I have a process that has been honed over the past 6 years in business, and we concentrate on the 4 main pages that your website needs that we're going to go over today. But let's start by talking about why a simple website is the best choice for many service-based businesses. I have seen a lot of websites in my time as a business owner and a website designer, and I have found that a lot of them are really complicated. There are lots of different pages, funnels, opt-ins, pop-ups, all kinds of stuff. And while those may work for some people, they can be distracting for a lot of our website visitors. People aren't sure where to go next or what it is that you really focus on in your business because there are so many things being thrown at them. So many of us have felt the pressure in our businesses to do things just like everybody else is doing. And that means our websites tend to look similar. We look to other people in our industry for inspiration, and we end up with a website that looks and feels very much like other people who are doing similar things to what we do. And that's not bad, because when the industry has a standard, it does help people to know what to expect when they land on your website instead of throwing the entire box out and starting from scratch. But we can think about websites differently. When you are a service-based business, you're not selling products or having a big online course, you can really do a lot with a simple website. The reason that I think simple websites work so well for many service-based businesses is because you are concentrating on the pages that actually get people to learn about your business, to see whether or not they are a good fit, and then to take action on their next step. When you have lots and lots of pop-ups and funnels and different pages for people to navigate through, they tend to get confused. They're not sure which option is best for them. And so instead of doing all of that, you can concentrate on making sure they know that they are in the right place, that you are the right person for them at this moment in their business or not. And then you can help them to learn as much as they need to know to take action, whether that's getting in contact with you, signing up for an email list, or purchasing your program. I believe these types of websites work for a variety of different industries, but most of the people that I've seen doing this successfully have a few things in common. They are service-based businesses, meaning that they provide a service to a client, or they have some kind of course or membership that is the main thing that they offer. They don't have lots of opt-ins, funnels, webinars, and different things to choose from. They are focusing on one membership or course that they can really dive into when somebody comes to their website. The other thing that I've noticed about these people is that while they have been in business for a while, they really want to continue to show up and serve people. They are not interested in growing a humongous email list or Instagram following. The vanity metrics aren't what's important. What's important is growing their business in a way that is authentic and comfortable for them and serving their clients or their students really well in that. They want people to know that they are the right fit or not, so that when those people take the next step, whether it's jumping on a sales call or signing up for a program, they know that they are already pre-qualified and ready to take action. The reason a simple website is so effective for these type of businesses is because you are getting the people exactly what they need when they need it. It's not salesy or pushy, because there are people who will come to your website multiple times over months or years before they decide to work with you. And they're looking for different things at different times. Now, when I say a simple website, I don't want you to think that there are no pop-ups or opt-in pages or signups. What we're really talking about here is the front end of your website, what people see when they click on your link in Google or they navigate to it through your social media profile. Everybody is going to have back-end pages of their website to make things work, whether that's a webinar that you send people to when they sign up for something, or an application form for your program. Those are all back-end pages that people don't see until they're ready to take action. So what we're talking about here today in a simple website is those front pages, the things in your main menu that help people get to know you as a business and what you stand for and who it is that you work for. So if you think that a simple website is what's best for your business, in addition to this, a simple website is beneficial because it actually helps you get things launched. So many of us spend months or even years working on a website that we never launch because it's not perfect. There are so many things to test and connect and set up that we get overwhelmed. And I totally understand that. I have been there. When we decide to keep our website design and our website pages really simple, it's easier to get things launched because you don't have as much content to create, as many things to test, or things that could go wrong. You can launch with something simple and then add to it as needed as your business grows. So, how do we create a design on a simple website that really speaks to our clients and customers? Because here's the thing, design speaks. It tells people as soon as they land on your website what it is that you do and that you are professional, you're put together, and you are worth the investment that you are asking from them. I recently spoke to my coach about my VIP intensive days, and we were talking about messaging, and she shared that when she raised the price on her coaching program, she knew that she needed a new website because her current one didn't even talk about the thing that was in her coaching program. She was going to charge more because people get so much value out of what she does. And her website really needed to reflect that value. When your website is out of date or off brand, or it just doesn't work very well, people notice, and it makes them nervous to invest because they're not sure that your business is as put together as it might seem or as they hope when they want to work with you. A website can help to alleviate those fears by looking professional and fun and creative, whatever it is that your brand communicates. You can have a website that reflects those things in its design. So what does a design that speaks to your value need? First, it needs to be branded. If you have updated your brand, or maybe you purchased a website template, or you had somebody do a website that really just doesn't fit what you want your brand to look and feel like, you need to update that. It's so important that the online presence that you present to people matches on all your platforms and when they talk to you and when they get inside of whatever service you're offering. So use the same fonts and colors and imagery on your website that you do everywhere else. That helps you to be recognizable, and it helps to build trust with people. Is your website actually working for you? There's only one way to really know if your website is supporting your business: the conversions you're seeing. That's why I've created a guide with 5 updates that you can make right now to get a higher converting website. Everything else, the number of visitors, your follows on social media, your Google ranking, is just vanity if it's not doing something bigger. The power of a well-designed strategic website is in moving people from checking you out to getting engaged. In this free guide, I'll give you 5 simple things you can update on your website to start getting more engagement and turning visitors into clients. You can download it now at lemonandtheseed.com/5updates. That's lemonandtheseed.com/5 and the word updates. The second thing your design needs to do is clearly communicate what you do and who you work with. This comes in more from the copy side than it does from the actual layout, but it's important when you think about design to put those things front and center. They should be in the headlines of your homepage and in your mission statement. You should be sharing what you do as soon as somebody lands on your website so they know that they are in the right place. The third thing a design that speaks to your value needs is high quality images. We have talked about imagery in quite a few episodes of this podcast, and you know that I use both stock and branded and candid photos throughout my website and my social media. The thing that you really need to focus on is high quality images that look and feel similar. A thing that I notice with so many of my clients is that they will send me a headshot that somebody took years ago at a meeting, and the file is blurry when we upload it, or it's dark, and it just doesn't fit the look and feel that we're going for on their website. You don't necessarily need to have a full brand photo shoot in order to get a website that looks good and makes you feel confident. But you do need high quality images that are going to resonate with the people visiting your site. And the fourth thing a design needs is a strategic journey. You want to move people who have never heard of you, or who have found you on social media, or have listened to you on a podcast, from landing on your website to taking action through a strategic, planned journey through your site. Many times, this looks like someone landing on your homepage, then clicking through to learn more about you, learn about your services, and then get in touch with you. But it doesn't always have to look like that. Depending on the action that you want somebody to take, you might change it up a bit. Maybe you want them to sign up for your newsletter, and so you focus on highlighting your opt-in or the awesome information you share every week when you send emails. Maybe you want somebody to buy your low-priced offer, a strategy session, or some kind of a guide or a webinar. then you would send them to that instead of to a call to get more information about working with you. No matter what that end goal you have in mind is, you need to plan your website to direct people to that goal. And we're going to talk about this in the next part of the podcast with the different elements you need on your pages. But this is the thing we need to think about when we think about strategy. What do people need to learn about you and about what you do in order for them to want to take action if it's the right fit? And then what action should they take? We need to make all of those things clear as somebody moves through your website. All right, so what exactly does a simple website entail? We've talked about the design, we've talked about who might use this strategy in their design when they set up their website, but what do you actually need? These are the 4 pages most businesses need on their website: a home page, an about page, services or a sales page, and then a contact page. This could vary a little bit depending on your business, but those are the 4 pages that I recommend every service-based business have. The thing that might vary the most is the services or sales page, because the actual content could vary depending on what it is that you are trying to tell your dream clients about. So let's talk through the key elements of each of these pages that move people from browsing to buying. First, on your homepage, you need an attention-grabbing headline. You need to share right off the bat what it is that you do and who you work for. If you are not super confident in writing copy, like I am, you can think about this as I help blank to do blank through blank. So I help service-based businesses raise their prices and feel confident through custom designed websites. That's a really easy way to communicate what you do, who it's for, and the transformation that you bring. You will also want to include some information about your business, your mission statement, what drives you. I also recommend giving people kind of a 3-option choose your own adventure section where you send them to different pages depending on where they are in their journey and what they might need from you. Generally, I send people to the about page to learn more about you, the services page to hear about your services, and then possibly a blog or your contact page if you don't have a blog or podcast. This allows people to choose what they need to learn from you in order to take that next step. It also helps people who have been to your website before and are just ready to move to the next thing or to check on your services one more time before a call. I also recommend including a sign up for your newsletter as well as testimonials on this page. So you're really giving people the options that they need in order to take some kind of action with you and some reassurance through those testimonials that you, in fact, can do what it is that you say that you do. All right, on the second page, the About page, you need to keep in mind that your About page is not just about you. It's also about the people you work with. So your About page should talk about your journey and your services and who you are in that frame. So while it is fun to share about your journey in business, you need to tailor it to the people who are going to be coming to your website. They don't need to know about all of the different majors you had in college and the parties you went to in fraternities and sororities. They need to know about how you transformed your business and got to where you are today. That gives them the confidence to know that you have been where they are and you can help them. This is a page where you can have some fun, though. You can share fun facts about you, interests, maybe a quiz where you share, your answers to different questions. The other thing that is an absolute must on your About page is a headshot of you. If you don't have a picture of you anywhere else on your website, it needs to be here. People buy from people, and so they want to see your face. The next page is your services or sales page, and the content on this page is going to vary based on what it is that you offer and how much information people need in order to make a decision. In your services page, you will want to tell them what it is that you do, who it's for, give an outline of your framework, and then give them a way to take action. You also want to include some testimonials here, and you might need an FAQ section to answer any questions they have that come up frequently. On a sales page, which is going to be a longer page, you're going to need things like all of the modules that are involved in what they do and different case studies of people who have joined your program, for example. You'll also want testimonials, that same FAQ section, what it is that you walk them through. People just need more detail when they're buying something like a course or a program or a membership because they're not necessarily going to jump on a sales call with you. The goal of your services page should be to get them to apply or to get on a sales call with you so that you can answer any other questions they have, make sure you are a mutual good fit, and then answer any objections. The goal of a sales page is to get them to actually purchase, sign up, or apply to your program. So you might need different information depending on which one you're offering. Finally, your contact page. This is a page I find many people do not think about when they start designing their website, but it's really important. But it can also be pretty simple. On a contact page, I always recommend having some kind of a welcome blurb that lets people know, that you're excited to hear from them. You can also set boundaries early on by sharing your office hours and your expected response time. For me, this looks like sharing that I am only in the office on certain days of the week for certain hours, and I don't respond to requests outside of those hours. That helps people know upfront that they're not going to be getting an email back from me in 45 minutes. It might take a couple of days. You'll also want to include your email address, social media links, and potentially a phone number if people can contact you that way. And then you'll need to have a contact form. Your form might look a little bit different depending on what you're offering, but I try to keep it fairly simple. Instead of asking for every detail that you might need to know from somebody, get the basics that are the most important to know whether or not they are a good fit, and then jump on a call with them. The reason I say this is because so many people might not know the answer to all of those questions. So choose the one or two that are most important for you to know that, yes, this person could be a potential client, or no, I don't think they're ready to work with me. Then make sure that form actually connects to your email address and works so that you will get all of that information and can get in contact with people about taking the next step with you. Simple websites can help you to sell in your business. A good website sells for you. It's your best employee because it is doing a lot of the heavy lifting so that when somebody emails you or jumps on a call, they just have a couple of questions. They're already pre-qualified to work with you. They already know what it is that you do and they're excited about it. So really what you're doing on those sales calls or in those emails is making sure that you answer any final objections that they have and answer any small detail questions instead of having to sell them on your whole process and what it is that your business does and why they would even need to work with your business. This makes it easier for you as the business owner because you are not spending your precious time with people who are not a good fit to work with you. And that's important both for you as the business owner and for them as potential clients. We don't want to work with clients who are not going to be a good fit because we're not going to be able to give them the results that they need and help them in their business. I really recommend that if you are in a place in your business where you know your website does not reflect the level of expertise that you bring, and you want to raise your prices and launch a new service, but you know your website doesn't look as good as it should, I recommend you think about creating a simple website that has a clean design, that reflects your brand, that moves people to take action, and then work on setting that up so that you can actually get more of what you do out into the world. You can do this yourself, or you can reach out to somebody like me who can help you with it. As I mentioned early in the episode, I have a website design in a day intensive where we design those exact 4 pages we talked about and launch your website in just one day so that you can raise your prices and confidently share your work. If you're interested in that, send me a DM or an email. If you're not ready to take action on a simple website yet, you can always sign up for my newsletter list or get my 5 updates for a higher converting website at lemonandthesea.com/5updates. And that will walk you through some small changes you can make to your current website that help it to convert at a higher rate. I am so excited to wrap up season 3 of Process to Profitability. I am currently planning for season 4, and I am excited to share that with you as we get into it soon. Thanks for listening to Process to Profitability. Please take a minute to leave an honest review in iTunes so that I can help more small business owners and creative entrepreneurs find the show.